Hey guys, and welcome back to Rad Resells. I'm Natalie and I'm a full-time reseller. And today's video is your ultimate guide on how to be a successful seller on Depop. I'll be including tips and tricks on how to do so. I have personally been on Depop for over 5 years and I am a top seller on the platform. There's also going to be a giveaway, so stay tuned for that and let's get into the video. If you have been following my resale journey for a while, you know that I rarely collab with brands. I just like to keep my channel as authentic as possible, so I'm not going to be promoting brands or services that I don't personally use. So when Depop reached out to partner up to talk about my resale journey on the platform and also giving tips and tricks on how other people can be successful as well on the platform, it was just the perfect match. And they are doing a giveaway. When you sign up using my link in the description below, you automatically enter into the giveaway where the prize is some Depop goodies and packaging. Who doesn't like freebies? So use the link in the description below. It's not gonna work if you just sign up for Depop on your own. You have to use that link in the description. Now let's move on to some very crucial facts about Depop. It is the only platform with 0% selling fees. Meaning when you make a sale, there's no 10% or 20% selling fee that most other platforms have. They only have a very small processing fee and that's it. So this obviously maximizes your earnings because you get to keep everything. To give you guys a little bit of perspective, I'm popping up a screenshot of a $68 item. The processing fee was $3.29. And I pocketed almost $65 from that sale. On other selling platforms, they would have taken between like $7 to $13, which is crazy compared to just $3. Now, one of the big questions about Depop is what to source and what to sell on Depop. And honestly, all styles sell on Depop. There's a very common misconception that only vintage or Y2K stuff sells on Depop or very niche categories, and that's just not true. Me being a very vague reseller, meaning I don't have one specific niche, I pick up everything that I think can net me around $10 profit or more. And luckily for me, the highest selling brands on Depop are mainstream brands like Lululemon and Free People. And these are modern brands. Just to show you a few examples of my recent sales on Depop from Free People. We have this beautiful black Free People bell sleeve shirt. And then I also came across these Free People purple pants and it only took a few days to sell. Here's another Free People shirt that sold fairly quickly, and here's a Free People purse that sold within a couple of weeks. So Free People, I am definitely on the lookout for now. And I hate that I ignored this brand for so many years because I just wasn't aware. The FOMO is real. But obviously it's not just Free People and Lululemon that sells. I'm gonna show you some more recent sales that we have had, and you might be surprised that these are all common brands that you can find at the thrift stores, and that's going to sell on Depop. We have, of course, Levi's jeans. Now, some models do sell better than others. This particular model is the 560, which is one of my favorite models within Levi's to pick up, but there's so many models that sell. Of course, we cannot forget about Nike. Super mainstream, but they sell. Alongside Nike, we also have Adidas. We pick up their sweatpants, track pants. We got Abercrombie and Fitch, Polo Ralph Lauren, one of our top selling brands ever. Clark's is another one, and this is one that we have recently started picking up, and they are selling so quickly on Depop. And then there's plenty of other brands as well. These are just a few of the brands that have been selling recently on Depop. It's a very versatile app. So no matter what kind of seller you are, I would definitely recommend signing up on Depop. Another reason to start your journey on Depop is the fact that it is the fastest growing marketplace in the US. So it's a really great way of opening an additional revenue stream. So with that in mind, let's move over to the best selling tips that I have for you to sell on Depop and become a successful seller on the platform. I made some notes here earlier so I won't forget anything. Number 1, optimize every listing for search. Depop search favors strong SEO and engagement. So you want to use searchable terms that people are actually looking up and typing into the search bar, and use some of those main ones at the beginning of your description. Then in the main portion of the description, I like to include trending style keywords, words like grunge, fairy, punk, streetwear, boho, cottagecore, stuff like that. Always include the brand if applicable, the size, the color, the style, the decade that it was made. It just boosts your visibility. And that's what you want, because that's going to create more eyes on your product, and more eyes on your product is going to lead to more sales. Number 2, make your photos scroll stopping. Depop is a very visual app. If you search up something, let's say fairy crop top, you're gonna get a bunch of listings with those keywords. You're gonna skip most of them and only click on the ones that actually catches your eye. So you want your photo to be the one that catches their eyes. The number 1 tip I have for this is to use good lighting. It could be natural light from outside, or it can be studio light. Also, you want the first photo, which is the photo that people are going to see on the feed, to be what catches their eye. They don't know what comes in photo 2, 3, 4, and up to 8. Normally, you do want the first photo to be a complete photo of the item, meaning nothing's cut off. It's either a full body shot if you're modeling it with the entire item in frame, or if you're doing a flat lay, it's the entire item inside that flat lay, not a close-up. I do have a few exceptions where I do a close-up, but it is rare. I would say maybe 2% of my listings. I do it because that specific shirt, for example, has a very intricate pattern that I want to show, and it doesn't show from further away. You have to come up close. But that's about it. In terms of the background on your photos, I like to keep mine clean. That doesn't mean that you can't have anything in the background, but essentially you want the focus to be on the item that you're selling, not on whatever's in the background. Tip number 3, you want to price strategically. I know we all want more money, but if you're overpriced, odds are it's not going to sell. So research similar listings to see what they sold for. And if you want to move it quicker, or maybe it has a couple of stains, you can price it below the average by a few dollars in hopes for a quicker sale. Tip number 4, use offers and FOMO psychology. Basically, whenever you get a like on something, send them an offer. You want to take advantage as quickly as possible as well, because if people are liking your item, that means that they're interested right now. Humans are very impulsive. And if you wait too long to either respond to a message or you don't send an offer if somebody liked something, that impulse might fade away. They might find something else. So the faster you are, the better. And speaking of being fast at responding to offers, Depop just came out with an auto-respond to offers feature. As you can see on this listing, it's currently inactive, so just click that button. And here you can set your lowest price that you are willing to accept for this item, and then it automatically counters any offer that you get that is below your lowest acceptable offer, and then it accepts any offers that is above that floor pricing. So in other words, you don't have to do anything once you've enabled this feature. So definitely give it a try and let me know how it goes. And also, if you're getting an offer and you're accepting it, you can send them a polite but add some FOMO into your message and just thank them for the offer. And then you can also include a nice little, I've had a lot of love on this item recently, so if you're really interested, I would snag it up as soon as possible so you don't miss out. Tip number 5, stay active daily. I think most of us have heard of this before, but it is so real. Depop likes active users. They want to see activity every single day. It boosts you in the algorithm. Now, don't freak out and think that you have to post a crazy amount of listings every single day. No, all you need is 1 to 3 items per day. Tip number 6, build a recognizable shop identity. So when you sign up using the link in the description below, think of a catchy username. Rad Resells is a good one, but it's taken. And then you can either use a profile photo that is a logo with the same name, or you can use a photo of yourself. That's what we do. But that is how people can recognize you and also creates a more personalized vision of your store. Number 7, deliver a great buyer experience. You always want to aim for that 5-star review. And reviews mean more now than ever because Depop did another update. And now if someone messages you, you can see their star reviews right there. Before you would have to click on their profile and then see the reviews. Now it's like in your face if someone messages you. So it means more than ever to have good rating. It creates trust among the buyer and the seller. And that in turn increases your sales because people know that I can trust the seller. The 2 things I recommend the most in order to achieve this is 1, your item is actually how your listing looks and describes it. When they receive the item, they should go, that's exactly what it looks like in the listing. So that includes the condition, the color, the fit, and everything like that. Number 2, quick shipping time. You want to ship it out as quickly as possible, and that might sound like, duh, that's obvious. You will be surprised at how many people take more than 1 week to drop it off at the post office. Personally, I do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and we often get good feedback regarding our shipping time and that the item is as described. So now that we know all of the tips and tricks on how to become a successful seller on Depop, let's create one listing together. So listing on Depop is very easy. You just hit that plus sign at the bottom in the middle and it's going to take you to this page where you add all of the photos followed by the description and other information. I'm going to post these Levi's baggy jeans for women. So I just click all of the photos and hit the check mark in the right top corner. And from these photos, Depop actually tries to help you by creating their own description. And this can be super helpful, especially if you're just starting out. But I do like to create my own. So here's what that looks like for this particular listing. I like to include a little title, description, size, measurements, and also the condition, followed by hashtags. You can use up to 5 hashtags to describe the aesthetics. And then you just keep scrolling down to fill in the information. Now, Depop actually filled in most of these based on the photos alone. Just double check that it is correct. And they even give you some similar sold items that you can take inspiration from. Add in the price, and the last part is shipping. Now, the package size was already pre-filled in for me based on the information above, but weigh your item to make sure that it is in fact correct. Depop also recently added a new shipping discount feature where you can actually give a discount to the buyer to help them with the shipping costs. Just note it's taken from your earnings if it does sell. And then you hit post listing and boom, you're done. And that sums up today's video on the ultimate Depop guide and how to become a successful Depop seller. Don't forget about the giveaway. Click that link below in the description to sign up for Depop. That automatically enters you into the giveaway of some Depop goodies and packaging. Other than that, thank you so much for watching until the end of the video. Don't forget to leave that thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps out the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.